My greetings to all my dear friends. We have already seen something very important, something very useful for our spoken English in the last videos and all. And we have done something about content words, which are only very, very important. As I had been telling from the very beginning, content words, that is nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs, they give us matter. They tell us about what goes on. When we try to talk about what is going on at home from morning, we'll be able to express all that only with these content words. That's one thing. And now, today we are going to deal with structural words. Structural words are the ones which give proper structure to our English sentences. All of us know a lot of words, all of us know a lot of things to talk about. We have got many things to talk about. We can discuss about a lot of events which are going on every day at home, in our street, maybe in the work area, and through newspaper we understand a lot of matters about the events going on in our country and internationally also. So when we try to discover about all these 12 friends, when we go for work or when we meet, when we have our social gathering like Rotary, Lions or any other areas, when we sit and talk with our friends, maybe some of our friends will talk very fluently in English, and so when we also want to participate, we should also know English very correctly. So this is what is the fashion of the day, and many people feel and think that knowing English will give us an elegant look. So for that only we have got a lot of videos like this. When we watch those videos, maybe we will be able to think and also to revise about the items which we have studied in our school level, in our college level, and so we can use them in the best possible way. And my video, that is Jacintha's Spoken English, will always help you to speak in a better way, in a more elegant way, to make ourselves called as people with good knowledge of English, who can speak English very well. So for that only we have just seen the content words, which are very useful, and we will do in detail about all that later on. So to put all these content words together, we must have structural words also. Then only our sentences will be correct, will be beautified. All the content words can be put together with the structural words, which will give a charming look for the sentences. For example, when we tell about the morning matter with our friends, no? I rushed home to take my lunch. When we say that, I rushed home, I is a pronoun and rushed is a verb, home is also a noun and it is an adverb. And to take the lunch, when we to is also there. So like this we have got some words, connecting words. There are many prepositions are there. I went to Delhi. I went to the school. We are coming from Chennai. So like this we have got a lot of words to, from. There is a bottle on the table. I could see a paper flying under the sofa. Sometimes when we go home, we may be seeing the newspaper just flying here and there. Newspaper, the bunch of newspaper will be flying here and there. Maybe one under the table, under the sofa. So we like to express it. And so the under is also a preposition. On is a preposition. To is a preposition. From is a preposition. There are many more like this, and these are the ones usually we use all these to, from, on, under, at. These are the items which we very often use to express of the events. When we try to describe the events, we will be able to use these words ways. When these words are put together in a proper way, these structural words are put together in a proper way, it will give an elegant look. The sentence will look very correct, and the listener will also think of us as a person with a good knowledge of English and very particularly a good knowledge of grammar. So many people say grammar is not needed for spoken English. Maybe not very much needed, but it is also needed. It is also needed to give an elegant look. So when we just put the content words together, maybe it is okay. But when the structural words are also there only, it will give an elegant look. So English is an elegant language, a beautiful language, a charming language, international language is spoken everywhere, all over the world, by the intellectuals, by the educated lot. So it is better for us to know all these. It is also very easy. So we have all studied it in our lower classes, but we simply brush them off. We forget. So these videos will help us to revise and to rethink. That is all. We'll be able to think. So we have got multi number of prepositions. Lot of prepositions, as I already told you, there are a lot of grammatical rules. Everything need not be understood, need not be taken care of for spoken English. We are going to just talk about the events happening in our at home or in the work area or on the road or wherever we go. So for that, few prepositions like that I told you, that is to, from, on, under, at, for. These are the commonly used prepositions which can be used always. I am going for my lunch. For is there. In that way, simple items can be used, simple words can be used, and simple sentences can be formed, which can be very correct. Modern English is that. I have already said that. Modern English is using simple sentences, very short sentences, but expressing all the thoughts and ideas. So conjunctions is another structural word, very important word also. Like sentences can be put together, like roads joining, and we call them as junction. When two sentences are joined together, we have got a word, a structural word. That is, I went home and I had my lunch, and is a conjunction. I went home, but I didn't have my lunch. That means I went home only to take lunch. Contradictory has happened. Then only we use but. And is simply used to join the sentences. I went to my school where I was educated, and I got a chance to meet some of my old friends. And just as this can be even put together without and. This can be just said, I went to the school, I met my old friends. Just to join, we use these words, conjunctions. As I was sick, I couldn't learn very well for my examination. So as is giving a reason. You can just say, I was very sick, I couldn't do well for my examination. Two separate sentences, but they are joined together with conjunctions. We have got conjunctions, commonly used conjunctions are and, but, so, because, as, since. These are the usually used words for our regular work. I was late because my driver came very late. I was late. I was not able to be at the office work at the proper time only because the lunch was not ready. Like this, when we give the reasons, we can use because, as and since also we can use to give the reasons. As and since usually we use in the beginning because we use in between the two sentences. For our regular events, for describing our lifestyle, we can use all these in a very simple way. Then we have got articles. Articles, even in our broken language, in our language, we need not even much care for it, but still it is good to know that. The is also commonly used. Is a word which is used for one thing. I have a pen. I am sitting on a chair. I travel by a car. An is used just before the vowels. I bought an orange. My brother gave me an apple. Like this, for an is used before the vowels, the is commonly used, and a is used for a singular word. Then interjections we have, usually we don't use that, but let us know it. Let us have the knowledge. Knowing
Anything good is good always, no? Alas, hooray, alas, my neighbor passed away. It is about describing the sad events, and hooray is describing the happiness. Hooray, I have won. When we say, it is expressing the happiness. Usually we don't use all these, no? That is why I always concentrate on content words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and the structural words, prepositions, conjunctions, and articles. With these 7, we can always speak very correct English when we know how to use them, how to put them in sentences. When we know the correct usage of it, it is very used, and it is very useful, and it is good also to use it, and it is easy to understand also. It's a simple way of knowing. So we can do that in a very simple way, in a very easy way, because English is a sweet language, easy language also. And we feel very proud and happy when we know, when we are very sure that we know English and what we speak is very correct, when we have that confidence, when we have that self confidence and the trust, and we can go ahead very happily, very peacefully, very joyfully, and even successfully in all walks of life. So, dear friends, let us pay attention to all these, and we will do more and more in detail about each item, so that we will be able to enrich our knowledge very much, and we will be able to make the spoken English better and better, reaching the best. So, dear friends, bye for today.